18 hours ago, it was only a short 18 hours ago that the emergency services in the town of Fairfield began to realize that we had a serial arsonist on our hands. It's not that the fires just occurred 18 hours ago, because what we realized was that 3 fires that had occurred a few days earlier were now linked to these that occurred last night. And I am extremely proud to say, and I know Chief Felner from the fire department is extremely proud to say, that as a result of the work not only from our first responder firefighters who responded and put the fires out and then made certain observations while they were at the scene, communicated it to our first responding officers who made some observations while they were responding to the several scenes last night, and then the follow-up investigative work of the gentleman beside me from our detective bureau with the assistance of the state fire marshal, the Fairfield fire marshal, and the state police major crime, that we have made an arrest all within a short 18-hour period of an individual responsible for the 3 arson fires that occurred last night in the town of Fairfield. I'm extremely proud of the work that these individuals did collectively. This is just a small sample of the work that was going on and the people involved in that work. But I'm very happy today to say, and sorry for the late hour, but I think it's extremely important that 18 hours ago or less than that, we got up in front of the public and indicated that we got a problem, that we have an individual lighting houses on fire. They're vacant houses, but lighting residents on fire, causing a very dangerous situation. And we at that point indicated that we were going to deploy all the resources necessary to solve that and put the individual responsible in custody. And again, I'm happy to say that tonight the individual responsible for the 3 fires last night, as well as the 3 fires that occurred several nights ago, is now in police custody. And we are very happy to say that we will not have any arson fires committed by this individual again in the town of Fairfield, and I'm very extremely happy to say that. He's been arrested this evening for the 3 fires last night, charged with counts of arson in the 1st degree, felony counts, as well as burglary in the 1st degree. Keep in mind that in one of these arson fires last night, or 2 of these arson fires last night, 2 Fairfield firefighters responding to put the fire out to prevent it from reaching houses that were occupied were injured in the process. Those injuries and the injuries as a result of those fires were culminated in the charges that we charged this individual with this evening. The individual that we placed under arrest was a Christopher Message, last name spelled M-E-S-S-A-G-E. He's 34 years old, and he's a resident of Fairfield on Valley Road. Again, he was placed in custody a few hours ago. He has confessed to these crimes, and again, it's my pleasure to be here with the fire department as well as our detective bureau and other members of our police department to say tonight that we have made an arrest in a short 18-hour window of this individual. And we'll open it to Chief, if you'd like to kind of say a few
No, I'd just like to thank the police department and the detectives for a job well done. I can't say it enough, and you're just great, and you do a great job. And thank you from the fire department end of it.
We'll take questions if there are any questions.
He lived in the neighborhood where these fires were being set, sort of, correct? No?
Yeah, there's an area. Again, I don't know the total distance, but certainly he's familiar with the area on most of the fires, and really stayed within his area. He is a suspect, and we do believe he may be responsible for other fires that have occurred in other jurisdictions. We're working with those other jurisdictions to see whether we can link him to those fires, arson fires. And he is a suspect in several other municipalities. And we are working with them right now to determine that.
Will he be charged for the fires earlier this week as well?
He will, yeah. We're going to continue the investigation. It's important to note that our investigation continues. There are state fire marshal and state major crime personnel that are still on scene of some of these fires that occurred last night. So the investigation continues. The main part of the investigation and the most important part of the investigation has been completed, and that is that we've identified and we've arrested the individual responsible for these arson fires that occurred in Fairfield last night, so that everybody tonight can go to sleep knowing that that individual is in custody. And all the precautions and all the observations that we asked people to make earlier today, we certainly want to put their alert down a little bit, that we did make an arrest for those arsons.
Did he give any reason as to why he was setting this fire?
You know, clearly this individual had his reasons and motives. You know, we're still sorting through some of that. And again, you know, what his motives are, you know, we're still sorting through some of that. So it's difficult to say and put a real firm, definite answer on why he was doing this.
Earlier last night, around 3:30, the transmission came over that they were looking for a suspect in a gray sedan, a tan sedan. Was that the suspect in question that they were looking for?
Yeah, we had some good witness accounts. You know, even from the fires that had occurred the days earlier, we had some pretty good accounts of vague descriptions, and we were able to, in part of the reason we were able to solve this, or these individuals were able to solve that, was because of some of those observations made by citizens. And again, we said it this morning, those small observations that sometimes don't make a difference really do make a difference, because putting them all together, we kind of got a better picture of what was going on.
So was that one of the leading indicators, or what brought it all together, gentlemen? What do you think was the...
I think you know, that was a start to it, was putting together the puzzle, and it's an investigation. I mean, obviously, we had 3 fires today that we processed for evidence. We obtained some evidence. We can't really go into what evidence it was that we've obtained, but that evidence led us to more evidence, which led us to collectively identify the individual responsible.
Do you have any update on the firefighter who sustained injuries?
Yes, he had second and third degree burns, and he's in the Bridgeport hospital, and he's still admitted there. They kept him there.
How's he doing?
He's doing fine. He's in pain, and he had some, you know, serious burns. So they're keeping him. We don't know when he'll be released, but he's still in the hospital. The other firefighter was released and checked and released from the hospital.
Any other questions? You know, I just want to finish by saying the last few weeks in the town of Fairfield, the emergency services for the town have been quite busy. We've dealt with the hurricane. We've dealt with some drowning issues prior to that up at Lake Mohegan. And now we've dealt with a serial arsonist. I don't know whether there's many more individuals who commit crimes that are more dangerous than a serial arsonist who goes out at night while everyone else is sleeping and sets structures on fire that have the potential to hurt people that are in adjacent buildings. And we as emergency services have worked tirelessly on a lot of these fronts, and I just think it's culminating with taking a real bad individual off the streets tonight. And I think that you know, collectively, all of our emergency services have shown we're working together, we're working hard, and we're working for the community to make it safer, and I think we've done that tonight.